Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, said listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Listen to Steve Harvey. Listen, Steve Harvey. Why don't you join in? Yeah. Steve Harvey. Get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, I'm so grateful. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Steve Harvey got a radio show. Yeah, man. Boy. Man, God has been good to me. I can't even I can't even put it into words, man. But I try, though. I try. God does things for me just right on time. He's so cool with it. And I happened to run across Joel Osteen on television, like I often do all the time. And I was sitting there, and he had such a timely message for me. A part of it was something that I've said oftentimes about if you really, really want to be successful, if you really, really want to change, if you really, really want to prosper, if you really, really want to achieve greatness, if you really, really want to have something in life that's worth having, if you really, really want to accomplish your goals, you got to push through all of it. He said that when you get closer to it, the more difficult it becomes. Did you hear me? He said the closer you get to what it is you want or you need or you have to have or you would love to be, it gets a little bit more difficult when you get closer. He told this story that's in the Bible that I'd never heard before. This is what he said. He said there was a man who was paralyzed, and he had heard that Jesus was speaking at a house. And so he wanted to get there, so he convinced 4 of his friends to put him on a stretcher and carry him for hours to get to this house where Jesus was speaking. He said that along the way, these friends said that they went along because he had so much faith that if he could just get to him, it could be better. That he could, if he could just get over there and he could see him, that he might have a shot at getting healed. And so he said they took out along the way and they walked and they walked and they walked for hours. And then when they got there, the house was completely filled with people. It was packed wall to wall. There was absolutely no way for the men to get him on that stretcher in to see Jesus. This is a story that Joel Osteen said is in the Bible, and we was telling it. No, I'm just repeating the parts of it I gathered. And so he said they sat there and they went, wow, man, we walked all this way and it's full and we can't get there. He said, and then the guy with the affliction told the four men, if you get up on the roof and cut a hole in it and lower me down, I bet I could see him then, and I bet it'll be all right. Now, he then said, you must imagine how these four men must have felt when you carry somebody for hours on the way they had to carry some cloth connected by a couple of sticks. Said the men's shoulders had to be bruised, had to have deep gouges in them, not cuts, but just indentations where they had carried the weight of this grown man for so many hours. And they looked at him in disbelief, like, man, what are you talking about? We done walked all this far. He said, yeah, but if you get up on that roof and you cut a hole in it and lower me down, I can see him. And when he see me, it'll be all right. After sitting there and imploring the men, they went up and did just that. And in the story that Joel Osteen said, the man was healed. But the point he was making was, he was saying that the closer you get to what it is you really want, the more difficult it's going to become. But you've got to push through. See, if you don't push through, you never know. See, you can't get right to the answer, and because it gets really difficult, start creating those little sayings that we got as people. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess it wasn't the Lord's will. No, man, I guess you should not give up right now. I guess you should keep pressing. I guess you should do more. Because, see, in all of us, when you've had enough, I want you to know something. You do have a little bit more. In all of us, you can do one more. You know, that's one of my favorite things, and I heard Joel Osteen say it, and it kind of made me feel good. He said, I always feel like I can do one more anything. And I tell my friends all the time, I can do one more, man. I could do one more day. I can do one more anything. Now, here was the jewel that I never really knew that Joel Osteen and God sent to me. I needed to hear. He said that no matter what you're going through, no matter how long the challenge is you've been facing, God has an end date for it all. Did you hear me? No matter what you're going through, no matter what challenge you're facing, no matter what situation you've gotten yourself into, God has an ending date. All you got to do is keep pressing forward. All you got to do is hang in there. All you got to do is don't give up. All you have to do is don't turn back. There is an end date for all of it. Even when you think you've had enough. And boy, have I had this conversation with God on several things that I've been going through. And I've even told him, look, I got it, man. He said, just keep hanging on. There is an end date to whatever it is you're going through. There's an end date to your illness, your sickness, you're tired of being tired. There's an end date to this relationship that you can't seem to get through, beyond, over. That's like a cancer to you. There's an end date, but you've got to hang in there. You've got to keep pushing forward. You cannot turn around. You must not go back, because when God gets you through this and you break through to the other side, the reward and the benefit is far greater than the struggle. I oftentimes look at some of the things that God has brought me through in my worst times. And when he brought me through, I went, wow, man. Now that I understand that, now that I'm on the other side and I have the benefit of the reward for it, would you do it all again to get there? Yes, I would.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hi,
everybody? It's your boy James Brown for the Steve Harvey Morning Show. If you ever listen to radio back in the day, this is how they used to talk. Ain't that right, Shirley Strawberry?
That is so true, J. Anthony Brown. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Shirley Strawberry.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
How about Carla Farrell? Are you having a good morning today? What's going on with you?
Ooh, that's real radio DJ back in the day.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, Jay. What's up, crew?
You know, that's hard to do. I'm going to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Junior, what's going on with you?
It hurts.
Yeah.
You got to give it up, Jay. Morning, everybody. Don't give it up, man. Don't worry about it.
And last but not least is the king of prank show. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, man?
Hey, we're getting down with some action and traction with that soul satisfaction coming up. We got,
yeah.
At the top of the hour, you don't want to get it, baby. We got the soul search, and we got the OJs coming up. If you stay tuned, we'll be right back right after
That's
this.
midday. So you're doing
right
midday.
Now.
You're doing midday. You're doing midday.
I'm doing
You
midday.
All right.
Midday.
Midday. What's up, everybody? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
Jay. Oh,
What it
what
do?
a
What
day.
it do?
What a
Man.
day. The Mueller hearing yesterday. Oh, Lord.
You know what I
I
found
missed
out?
it.
What?
I
You know what I
missed it.
found out, Tom?
What?
I just found out Congress can read.
They
They read all 400 pages?
That's all it was. There was nothing.
I knew they read
They didn't get nothing.
Yeah, but he said he didn't want to do it. When will you all listen and stop wasting
Yeah.
our time? He said he did not. Mueller said he didn't want to be there.
Judging
When
from
an old
page
man say he
108.
don't want
Yeah.
to do it, he don't want to
Yeah.
do it.
Well, could you
That's
read
just
it, Mueller? No,
Yeah.
you read it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you look on
That was-
one
You
section
read it. I done read it
108.
8,000 times. You read it. I'm
You
tired of
read
reading
it.
it.
Yeah, you read it. No, well, could you read? You go
No, you
ahead.
read it.
No, it
I
was
wrote
a-
it. You read
Yeah.
it.
I will. Once again, I will defer to the report.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man,
You
I said,
deferred.
golly,
A
all they
lot.
did was they can read, and I know they got page numbers.
Yes.
That's all I
Okay.
found out.
Okay, fill me in. Did we? Like I told y'all before. We've been talking about this all week. Was there any progress whatsoever?
In the beginning, there was a little bit. Yes, it was a little bit. Yeah, the very
When-
first hearing.
When
where
he
they
had a little
him.
pushback
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
about
yeah.
the hiring process,
Yeah.
FBI
practices,
director.
and all of that, because they tried to discredit him, Tommy. They really did. I mean, I guess they should have.
Dog
That's
and
what they were
pony
trying
show.
to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
They
dog
tried
and
to
pony.
discredit him, tried to question his integrity and all that. And, the one time he did stand up is his hiring practices, because the Republicans were trying to say that he hired people that knowingly, hated the Republicans or hated, President Trump and all of that. So he was like, no. Let me get you straight. This is what we do. I don't ask
What you
people,
not gonna do.
yeah, what their political affiliation is and all of that. So, yeah, he clapped back a
And it's
little bit.
against the law to do that anyway.
Yeah, it's
so he
against the
set him
law.
straight on that. He
Right.
definitely set him straight on that.
Yeah.
Will this be a movie later on, y'all? This whole
It could very
Why
well.
not? But it'd be
Yeah.
boring.
yeah 400
Mueller
pages.
ain't that movie guy.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro is from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Playing Mueller.
So all today, we're going to talk about the Mueller hearings. We'll also have the Steve Harvey Morning Show hearing. Yeah, we'll tell you more about that. Yeah.
What kind
yeah,
of hearing we got?
Oh yeah,
you'll see.
You'll see. Coming up at 32 after the hour, some early trending political news. We'll get into that right after this.
I missed that meeting.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, so in trending political news, former special counsel Robert Mueller testified for the House Judiciary Committee yesterday, but there wasn't a lot of surprises. Mueller largely stuck to what he and his team had written in their 448-page report to the Justice Department regarding Russian interference in the 2016 election, of course. Mueller repeated his statement this May that the report did not exonerate President Trump on obstruction of justice charges, and at one point acknowledged that Trump could be charged once he leaves office. Now, we
Now,
did
that was
get
new.
that.
That was new.
We did
That
get
was
that
good,
out
yeah.
of it. Yeah, we did get that out of it.
That was a revelation.
Uh-huh, it was. He also
And it
confirmed
made
that
Trump cuss too, I'm sure.
Trump was tweeting, meanwhile, Democrats lose.
Yeah.
Democrats
Losers.
losers. He also confirmed that Trump directed aides to falsify reports. So,
Oh,
I just
that
like
was new too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that
new.
was new.
We didn't know
Yeah.
that. We didn't know that. So we learned a lot.
Yeah.
watching that.
But it was
part
uneventful, though,
yesterday.
for the most
Uneventful.
part.
You know what?
Okay.
Here's my thing.
It was
I don't know if
long.
anything's going to happen out of this whole thing, but if it made Trump mad, it made my day. That's
It was
all I
worth
gotta
it.
say.
It was worth it to you.
worth it.
And the Republicans. They was
He
hot.
was irritated.
Yeah.
The president,
As long
I'm
as it
sure,
irritated
was
him,
irritated.
it made my damn day, man.
Yeah, I like what a lot of the analysts said, too, that Mueller, no matter how much you try to drag him into it, he's not going to get political with you. He's not going to use the word impeachment, or anything like that. He's not going to take sides. He's neutral. He is.
One word answers
Yeah,
for 7 hours.
Yes.
He knows
And
what
Shirley-
he's doing, doesn't he?
Shirley, I don't know what he had in his hair, but it did not move for the whole 8
I
hours.
know. Yeah, so, but at least he did it. He did his job. And we go now from the Mueller hearings to the Steve Harvey Morning Show hearings.
What is that?
It's funny you should ask, and I'm very glad you asked.
Looks like we're in here.
Yeah. This is the hearing
Okay, yeah.
for the nephew Tommy prank phone calls.
Oh,
Right.
Uh-huh.
oh, you in the hot
Wait,
seat.
y'all ain't said nothing about this now.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
Excuse, quiet. I don't want to have to hold you in contempt. You may have been watching the judicial hearing for Robert Mueller. We've been talking about that, and I think we should have our own hearing. Okay, what do you guys think?
Let's do
Well,
it.
it's about
No,
time, right?
No,
Don't
ain't
you?
nobody said nothing about
Yeah.
no hearing.
Don't worry about it.
Get serious.
I think we should have our own hearing, guys, right here on the Steve Harvey Morning Show for these doggone nephew Tommy prank phone calls.
Yes.
All right?
I like it.
Okay.
Shirley. We talked
Okay.
about this.
Okay.
I didn't
You
know
know
we
what?
going to really do
Yeah.
it.
All right. No, you know what? I'll play along. Come
Excuse
on, let's
me.
go.
All right. The court recognizes J. Anthony Brown from Los Angeles, California.
Thank you, Ms. Spokesperson Shirley Strawberry. As the president of the Team Tommy, the Nephew Tommy Club, I think the pranks are necessary. People need to be pranked. And if you can't take a damn prank, then it's on you. Pranking is
Mr.
good.
Brown, your
Yes.
time is up. Thank you very much.
No. Let him.
Whoa.
Okay. Can I add to what he's saying? I'd like to say that
Excuse me. The floor recognizes Carla Farrell from Houston,
I'm trying to get
Texas.
Thank you, Ms. Spokesperson. Thank you. Listen, nephew Tommy, I think what you're doing, I always say you play too much. I think it's disgusting. And I would I think it's disgusting. I think you play too much. You go too far. I like to see charges. Yes, you heard me. Charges brought up against you personally. And maybe see you tar and feathered. Yeah!
Don't nobody tar and feather nobody no more. Don't nobody
I
do
want
that.
to see it.
Don't nobody tar. I'm light skinned. Don't nobody tar and feather people no more.
All right, time is up. Time is up. Time is up. Time
Can I-
is up. Time is up. The floor will recognize now Junior from Houston, Texas.
You better. I'm from Houston.
Thank you, Ms. Spokesperson Shirley Strawberry. Thank you very much. Personally, Tommy, I don't give a damn if you prank people or not.
Oh.
All I know is it's funny. But what I would like to know is, when does somebody gonna prank your ass? When do we get to do that?
I like it.
When do we get to do that, Tommy?
Okay. Let me step up and say this. First of all, I am unprankable. Let's get that understood. Can't nobody prank me.
Objection,
all right?
objection.
No. I am the king of pranks, and if anybody doing the pranking on the show, it's me. Let's get that understood. You understand?
I don't know about
do
all
the
of that.
pranking
I
around
don't
here.
know about all of that. But we're going to put a lot of time and effort into pranking you, Tommy. We will be
Let's
pranking
do
you.
it, Junior.
Yes, we
Let's
will.
do it.
You can't
Yeah.
prank me. I cannot be pranked. Okay. Well, why Uncle Steve calling me? He ain't on.
Why you got an old school phone ring, though?
Hey, that's cause so I can hear it, girl. Shut up.
iPhone much?
Oh, I know.
Hold on.
Regular ringtone
Hello?
like everybody else.
Big dog, what's up? No, we holding it down. Where you at right now?
Steve ain't calling your ass. He on vacation. I got you.
That's Junior? That's Junior?
He got you.
Good one, Junior.
You was all up in that phone,
Good
boy.
one,
You was
Junior.
all up in there, man.
Junior.
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man.
Prank,
tell y'all-
prank, man.
Okay, that's it.
unprankable.
From now on, I'm getting to work 30 minutes early to see what y'all doing.
Oh, that's never going to happen. You've never been to work 30 minutes early in your life, so.
What's up?
Good one, Junior. You got him.
You got him, Junior.
Shake that ass.
What was that line again, Tommy? Can't prank you. I cannot be pranked.
How you made it look like it was his phone, though?
Let me hear, Junior. Huh? What you think? Let me hear, Junior.
What you think, huh? There it is. There it is.
All right, this court is
Price,
adjourned.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, I'm putting all y'all on notice.
Hey, listen, if you want to comment on the Mueller hearings or the Steve Harvey Morning Show Nephew Tommy prank call hearings, go to all social media at Steve Harvey FM. Coming up next, oh, look at here. Run that prank back from the nephew right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news. Meek Mill's 2008 conviction thrown out of court. I love it.
Yeah.
And Nicole Murphy now has apologized for kissing director Antoine Fuqua, who is married, of course, to Lela Rashawn. But first, the nephew is here, right here, with Run That Prank Back.
So
What you got for us,
kiss
Nap?
people and then apologize after that?
You can apologize for anything.
Yeah, and ask for forgiveness.
Forgiveness, you can do that.
Okay. All right. So that's how we doing it? Okay,
Okay,
good.
try it, Tommy. Try it. Yeah, try it.
Hey, Team Tommy, don't encourage him.
You know I'm going to try it. You know that. Okay, here it is. You can't come back to church. You cannot come back. You cannot come back to the church. Look at three people. Touch three people and say, you cannot
Oh, I
come back
hate that.
to church.
No. I hate touch.
Touch three people if you would and say, you cannot come back
No.
to the church. Run that thing, cat. Hello.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach Sister Cherise Mayfield,
Who is this?
Deacon Bounds from the church.
Deacon who?
Bounds from the
From what? From our church?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
From here. Can you hear me good? This old phone don't work good.
Yeah, my phone okay.
Okay, that I called and the deacon board didn't have a meeting as well as Pastor and they didn't have a meeting and they come to the understanding that they're gonna ask you to not come to church right now because them boys of yours, Eric and James, being in jail the way they is, and want you to just I don't know if they're gonna suspend you from church right now, but they think it put a bad look on the church.
My kids being in jail put a bad look on the church.
Well, that's what they come up with. Now we didn't have a meeting with the deacon board and with Pastor Stoves.
I don't understand why would y'all have a meeting about my kids in the church. What my kids got to do with the church?
Well, what we're trying to do is show a good example to the youth that we got there.
Okay, you can show a good example by me being there paying my tithes and offering.
Well, there's another thing that's been brought to our attention that we're going to be calling a lot of members about is people not paying the tithes the way they supposed to.
I pay my tithes. I don't know who told you that, Deacon Barnes. I don't even know, first of all, who you are, and I'm not trying to be mean to you. And I don't even understand how you even got my phone number.
Well, now
but I pay my tithes, I pay my offering. Go on your computer at the church, call your secretary or whoever.
Well, let me ask you this, Sister Mayfield. Do you pay your tithes according to what you make?
Yes, I do. Check the books.
Well. Now what it is, we can't check the books if we don't know exactly what you make. Is what I'm saying.
What I make is my business between me and Jesus. I give him his 10%, and that's all Mars Hill need to know.
I understand exactly where you come from, but now the main issue on the table is about these boys and being disrupted the way they are. They don't want that to be to bleed over into the youth choir.
Wait a minute. First of all, I would appreciate if you would have Pastor to tell me this himself. And then second of all, if somebody kids is having trouble in the world or whatever, y'all supposed to pray for them, not put them at the church or they mama.
Well, we gonna pray for, and we're gonna pray for you too. But we don't want this to shed over to the youth that we got that's doing good with this.
Well, I'm going to keep coming. Y'all can't stop me from coming to the church. I'm going to keep coming. So I don't know who you talking to, and you tell Pastor to call me himself and tell me I can't come to Hill. And you have nobody calling me telling me that I can't come to Hill. That is a free church.
I'm going to get the pastor called. Now
well, you get the pastor to call me because you have no business calling me telling me that I can't come to God's house.
Well, Sister Mayfield, I don't want you to get in no uproar with me. Now,
I'm not getting angry with nobody. I don't work 18, 16 hours today. I don't have time for nobody calling me, telling me that I can't come to a church that I pay my tithes and offering at. Not that I own the church. I pay my tithes because that's due to God. But y'all really making me upset by telling me I can't come there because of my kids in their troubles.
Well, Sister Mayfield, where was you this past Sunday? You what now?
I wasn't at church because I had overslept, and why is that any of your business?
Now, there you go being in uproar with me again.
I don't know who this is. How could you call somebody about church business over the phone? This don't make sense.
Sister Mayfield, hello?
Yeah.
One more thing. This nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, you just got pranked. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. How you going? Sorry. But y'all bogus. Y'all is so bogus. I'm like, who is this guy? We talking about church business.
You know what I like about you, though?
What?
Ain't nobody gonna keep you out the Lord's house. You gonna show up and show out every Sunday.
Every Sunday I'm coming to church in the name of Jesus.
I know that's right, baby.
Well, thank you.
Hey, baby, let me ask you something. What's the baddest radio show in the land?
Now, do you even have to ask me that? The Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know.
Man.
I know she loves her sons. She love her children. I know that. But you just can't bring them back up in here. We can't have them kind of heathens up in here in this church. We can't have them.
Haven't you learned anything? Nothing.
Yes.
That's why we had a hearing.
Last break. Yeah.
Y'all can have a hearing on this. August the 2nd, Friday night, me and WDAS Philadelphia radio station, we are throwing a summer soiree hosted by yours truly. It's the Grand Ballroom at 3801 First District Plaza in Philadelphia. It's the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Electrifying, devastating, death-defying, the maximum way back, the ladies' pet, the pimp stretch. Sir, when I grow up, I wanted to be looking. You don't know it like that, Jay. You don't know it like that. You don't know your Sigma greeting like that. You understand what I'm saying? I know mine. Because I played Fall 86. That's what I'm saying. Beta Upsilon. That's Texas Southern University. By way going through Texas A&M New Alpha chapter. I'm sorry. I didn't get y'all too much information. I didn't got caught up.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't got
Reel
caught
it
up.
in, partner.
Anyway, all you Kappas that's coming to the conclave, the nephew is throwing a party with the one and only WDAS, one of the baddest radio stations in the land. Philadelphia sounds like Philly to me. Come on out and hang out with your boy. The next day, it's a Summer Breeze comedy show, Saginaw, Michigan. Huntington Event Park at the Dow Event Center, 7 p.m. Michael Matthews, I'm coming to see you, man. I did this for you, man. Michael Matthews, the godfather of stage plays. Even Tyler Perry bows down.
A Jesus Christ production.
Hello.
All right, well, listen, when we come back, entertainment news at the top of the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In today's entertainment news, Meek Mill scored a big win today. I'm talking about epic win today. His 2008 gun conviction was thrown out, and he'll get a new trial. How about that? The new trial should be a lot different than past hearings.
Can we get a new judge?
Yes.
That's the thing.
Since the allegedly biased judge, Janice Brinkley, will not preside over the case. That is excellent news. Additionally, an officer who testified during the original trial and has since been named on a list of corrupt cops, will not be used in this trial. There is a chance prosecutors will drop the case before it even goes to trial. We don't have to yell free Meek anymore. Now we can yell Meek's free. Meek posted on Instagram, as of right now, I love that, right? As of right now, I'm not on probation and I am not a felon anymore. Today was mega. So that means he can drive across the bridge and take his son to school, too.
Hey, he's in Philly, right?
Yes.
So, Meek, if you listening, I'm throwing something with WDAS. It's the summer soiree. This is Nephew Tommy. I'm sorry, Mr. Meek Mill. Please come hang out with me. I will be there all Kappa weekend.
You try to recruit Meek Mill to come to the party.
Why can't I hang out with Meek Mill? Why?
Because he's busy. He may be busy.
They ain't playing basketball right now. Meek ain't busy. Meek be rolling with the basketball team. They off right now.
Oh, the Sixers.
Yeah, he roll with the Sixers. They off right now. Meek, come hang out with Tommy. What?
He just started a record label with Jay-Z, so
Oh.
He might be busy, huh?
I know he busy. He with Jay-Z. They don't never take no break. Go ahead, Shirley. I'm sorry.
Thank you. But congratulations, to Meek Mill. In other entertainment news, Lifetime is working on a follow-up to Surviving R. Kelly. Didn't know this.
Wow.
The second season.
More stuff?
Yeah, will be called Surviving R. Kelly, The Aftermath, and will feature interviews with new survivors, psychologists, and experts on the case. The 4-part season comes just months after the original 6-part episode series premiered back in January. Really? It seemed like it was longer ago than that. Yeah.
He ain't never getting out.
The series revealed new allegations against R. Kelly and helped light a fire under prosecutors around the country. I'll say it did. Yeah. Especially in New York City, huh? Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're coming up with this part 2 and if this helps the case and they need to hear from victims, and so be it.
Yeah.
Lights out! Who is that keeps singing? Who is that? What is that singing going on? Singing and crying. Who is that?
Cut out all that damn stepping in yourself. All right?
Lights out!
One more time, Jay.
Cut out all that damn stepping. Oh, yeah, and stop humming, too. That counts, too. Stop all that humming.
Step.
Don't sing his song. Nope.
Put all that singing out.
He gets no
Get all
that.
Oh,
We have love for the victims. That's what we have love for.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Jay.
Maybe they can get some closure finally, finally,
justice.
those young girls. Yes, for sure.
Jesus Christ.
Justice.
Yeah. Now, coming up, guys, at 34 after the hour, we're going to talk a little bit about Nicole Murphy. She has apologized for kissing Antoine Fuqua. Those pictures that went viral, they were all over social media yesterday and the day before.
You can kiss people and then apologize?
And ask for forgiveness. Okay.
So when I see Halle, I'll wait. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, Shay, let's
She's
move
not
on
married.
and get to Miss Ann, please.
All right, everybody, it is time for the news with Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. Former Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller underwent 7 hours of questioning yesterday. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was watching by both the House Judiciary and Intelligence Committees. He was grilled by both Democrats and Republicans, of course, about the 450-page report that his team issued on Russian meddling in the last presidential election. Mueller said his report speaks for itself. He answered only yes or no to most of the questions he was asked. For instance, when asked if he could charge President Trump with a crime after he leaves office, the answer was yes. Mueller rebutted Trump's claim that he supposedly interviewed for the job of FBI director. That's something that Trump claimed. He said that didn't happen. Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler asked him like this.
So the report did not conclude that he did not commit obstruction of justice. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And what about total exoneration? Did you actually totally exonerate the president?
No.
See, that's how he had mostly yes and no. Federal Trade Commission has fined Facebook to the tune of $5 billion with a B dollars for privacy violations. The FTC says that Facebook took the cell phone numbers that people provided for security purposes and used those numbers for advertising. And the FTC also accuses Facebook of using facial recognition to track users without their permission. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg will reportedly be held personally responsible for making sure that his company complies with its stated privacy policies. According to estimates, more than 3 million people would lose their food stamps under a new rule proposed by the Trump administration. The New York Times reports that officials from the Department of Agriculture say they want to change the program's eligibility requirements, closing what they claim are loopholes that allow some states to give food assistance to people who have some savings and maybe some other assets. However, critics of the proposed changes say what you're actually doing is punishing the working poor who are trying to get themselves together and save a little money. Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rosselló is finally saying goodbye to the governor's mansion after about a week and a half of protests that turned to celebratory things on the street, celebratory street festivals and other things and concerts and stuff yesterday. Protests began after close to 900 pages of email transcripts were mysteriously leaked. In them, the governor and 11 of his buddies referred to female politicians as daughters of whores. They made anti-gay remarks. They even joked about feeding the bodies of Hurricane Maria victims to hungry cows. Now, that apparently was it. Reports are that the head of the island's House of Representatives says that they were about to begin impeachment proceedings and that attorneys had also found 5 offenses that Rosselló could be charged with, including the misuse of public funds and negligence. As for Rosselló's successor, the Secretary of the Interior would be next, but he resigned. So the next in line is the Secretary of Justice, Wanda Vasquez, and she's supposed to be taking over. Rosselló say he's out by next Friday, August 2nd. Sad news, actor Rutger Hauer has died. Today, National Cell Phone Courtesy Day. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, so in trending political news, we all watched the Mueller hearings yesterday. Robert Mueller told the congressional committees on Russian election interference, he said, they're doing it as we sit here. Mueller also said, yeah, that's amazing, right? They're doing it as we sit here. Mueller also said he didn't exonerate President Trump of obstruction. Mueller also confirmed that Trump asked his staff to falsify records relating to the Russia probe. All this
was new.
Yeah, all this, and we still didn't get a conviction or anything after the report. Plus, listen, take a listen to this as Mueller answered the question about charging the president after he leaves office.
Could you charge the president with a crime after he left office?
Yes.
You believe that you could charge the president of the United States with obstruction of justice after he left office?
Yes.
Ethically, under the ethical standards?
Well, I'm not certain because I haven't looked at the ethical standards, but the OLC opinion says that the prosecutor, while he cannot bring a charge against the sitting president, nonetheless can continue the investigation to see if there are any other persons who might be drawn into the conspiracy.
But I like what he said. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it didn't change. It was the same yes twice.
I said it 2 times.
Yeah. And in both hearings.
Do you know how quick Black Trump would have been out of there, man? Black Trump would have been gone so long, man.
Come on.
Yeah, and if this had been, like you're saying, Black Trump, or if this had been President Obama.
Come
on.
Hey, they did it to Clinton, and he's white.
Yeah.
You know,
It's really...
Yeah, this is craziness. I mean, it really is.
They did it to Clinton.
And
Clinton did it to... Well, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, but he didn't want to do this, Mueller. He told him he didn't want to do it. He gave them as much as he could and as little as he could. A lot of one-word answers, correct, yes, no. I don't recall. Could you read it? Where did you cite that? What page? A lot of that going on.
I want to
The
know.
man's 76 years old. I mean, he ain't gonna not.
He's
sharp, though.
Talking, right. He was very sharp.
Still very sharp for
He
76.
needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Can you just play the first part of the clip?
Could you charge the president with a crime after he left office?
Yes.
You believe that you could charge the president of the United States with obstruction of justice after he left office?
Yes.
If y'all don't see why this man has been campaigning to try to be reelected, so we have to do our job and get out and vote, because that's why he's campaigning. He wants to stay in office.
Yeah, so he won't be charged.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do? Whatever we learn, in that words of J. Anthony Brown.
We need to register to vote, and we need to vote.
Yeah, we do.
We need to vote,
Yeah.
man. We need
Yes.
people that's done passed away use their votes. We need a lot of votes.
Hey, that's what we used to do in Chicago.
Well, we're going to do it again.
All right, coming up next at 34 after the hour, Nicole Murphy has apologized for kissing married director Antoine Fuqua. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending entertainment news, Nicole Murphy has apologized for kissing the very married Antoine Fuqua. Nicole was spotted kissing Antoine Fuqua over the weekend while vacationing in Italy and was photographed doing so on at least 2 occasions. They were definitely getting cozy.
That was 2?
Twice? I didn't know they kissed
Yeah,
twice.
yeah. One standing up, one sitting down.
Twice?
No.
You can't apologize for 2 times.
Yeah,
You can apologize
not
for
2
one.
now. I'll go give you 1, like, but 2?
Well, they were definitely
was
getting a little.
Was it on the cheek, or on the lips, or what?
You haven't seen the pictures? It was
I
definitely
seen
on the
one
lips.
picture.
Yeah.
I ain't seen 2.
Yeah.
Was it tongue? Was they tonguing?
No.
I ain't heard that in years.
Was anybody head
That's
turned
old school
sideways?
did he grip? Did he grip it?
No. No. Who was taking these pictures? That's the crazy thing.
Oh,
They were definitely getting
around when they
cozy.
little stars around, people taking pictures no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, you
they-
can't do nothing now, man. Cameras are coming out.
No, I remember Steve used to say that all the time. The worst thing to happen to celebrities is cell phones.
Yeah.
He used to say that all the time. All right. Nicole initially said they were just family friends. That was her initial statement. And then, she said they were just family friends and had simply exchanged a friendly hello.
So family friends, like my cousin wife is fine, so I could just kiss her.
No, you
And-
can't. So move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go
then.
ahead,
I'm just-
Shirley.
Okay, so there's a new version out. Nicole came back to clear up some things. This is according to TMZ. Nicole said, without going into the entire situation, I want to apologize to my family and to Leela and the Fuqua family for what transpired. Nicole goes on to explain, it was not my intention to be in this situation. I do not condone women kissing or interacting in any way inappropriately.
Then why'd you do it?
With a married man.
Then
I
why?
too was once married, and I would never intentionally undermine another woman, despite what has been written.
Oh, man.
Leela Rashawn has deleted both her Twitter and Instagram accounts. Did you guys? And we talked about this yesterday as well. Did you guys hear that Lisa Ray claims Nicole Murphy went after her ex-husband during their marriage?
You know,
Wow.
Lisa Ray a boss. She a
Wow.
boss.
Yeah.
Lisa Ray gonna come on with it,
Yeah.
boy.
You know what? The second one is worse than the first.
Oh, the
My
picture.
thing is, can she
Send it-
get somebody?
down.
I did.
She's a
Send me
very
that. You send
attractive
it to
lady.
me?
Can't
Oh,
she
she's
get somebody?
beautiful. Nicole is
Yeah.
beautiful. No question. She's
Hold on.
drop
let me
dead
get this.
gorgeous.
Let me see this.
Oh,
pic.
that's not good.
Let me see
So, what's your when you say what you say she's attractive, Jay?
Yeah.
What's
my
what are you
thing
saying?
is she's attractive. So do you? What does a man do? I mean,
Oh, that's
should you
tough,
blame the
man.
man or should you blame the woman? Because
No,
I think they're equally as guilty here.
They're both
Yeah.
responsible
Yeah.
for their actions.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was both
If she-
tongues. It was definitely both tongues.
yeah, oh,
okay, you got that established. Okay, Tom. If they both,
You know, but you act like you don't see both tongues. Why you act like you don't see it?
Oh, it's just me.
was the tongue
tongue,
moving
Carl.
back and
Carl,
forth
you
like
not
that?
act
You
like
know,
it
they was
just-
moving.
Carl act like she just see one tongue. You see 2 tongues in there.
Was they
Go
biting
ahead.
lip? Was it lip biting and pulling lip?
Yeah.
you know, we were talking about this, Shirley, because we're both married, and for her to be a family friend, for Nicole to be a family friend, what made you think he was available? So did you think that they were going through a divorce or
I
something
think
like
that's
that?
what
And
she
so-
said. She said that she thought they were, that she had heard they were going through a divorce or something. I think that was
Well,
in
shouldn't
part of
you
the
let
statement
them-
that we didn't get.
Let me
Yeah.
be real for a second. Shouldn't
Yeah.
you let them go through that?
Yes.
Oh,
Should they
absolutely.
get
We
over
talk about that all
something
the time.
past that?
Don't open one door before closing, the
Another
door
door.
to your marriage.
But more importantly, if you have been friends with this couple in the past, isn't that just completely off limits?
And it seems like if you were friends, you may know something that's going on. I mean, you don't always know your friend's business. You could be sitting next to a person every day at work and never know
Don't
what they're
pass
going
up
through.
a kiss from somebody that damn fine.
I'm telling you, if she would have kissed,
Yes, you do.
if she would have kissed me, this wouldn't even be a story.
Well, and then he bears some responsibility too.
Yes,
it's not
they
just
both.
her.
They both.
Yeah, he
but
does too.
society always blames the woman. Always blames the woman.
He's
but
at
I
fault,
think they're
too, both
equally
of them.
responsible. Yeah, they know. All right. All right. Coming up next, the nephew is here with the prank phone call. That's coming up right after this.
I ain't kissing nobody.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, listen, coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject, he loves me, but he dates other women. The subject, one more time, he loves me, but he dates other women. Really, though? Okay, right now, the nephew is in the building with today's prank phone call. What you got for us now?
Shirley, every church around the country has this list. Every church has it. The sick and shut in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what church you go to. There is a list called the sick and shut in. And that's the name of this prank. Let's go, cat dog. Sick and shut in.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach Deacon.
You got him. Who is this?
Deacon, hey,
my God. How you doing today?
I ain't doing too good. You done been over here praying for my wife again, right?
Yeah, right. Yes, sir.
You done came over here 3 times in 1 week. My wife had already went through the operation and all that. She gonna be fine. I don't need you over here praying 3 times a week because honestly, I think it's something else on your mind when you come over here praying for my wife. I ain't stupid.
Brother, you kind of hold it, brother. This is. Well, your wife was on the sick and shut-in list. Reverend asked me to come by. Reverend requested that I come by.
Okay, he ain't requested for you to bring your black to my house for no 3 times in 1 week, man. So you can cut that out with me. You can cut that out.
Hold it, brother. I came with Sister Georgia the first time. The second time, I came by myself because she wasn't able to come by. And I only stayed 15 minutes each time. So what's the problem?
Because I already know what you doing. I know you trying to holler at my wife. I ain't stupid.
Help at your wife? I have a wife. Why would I help at your wife? She's part of the church ministry.
I already know what you doing, man. You up in here trying to holler at my wife. Why ain't nobody at the house? I already know what you doing. Let me tell you something. Keep your black away from my house. If you want to pray for my wife, you can pray for my wife on the phone. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wait a minute. You can't. Wait a minute. Hold it. You can't talk to me like that.
You gonna make me lay hands on you. That's what you gonna make me do.
Oh, no, brother. Ain't gonna be none of that. Ain't gonna be none of that. You talking to the wrong brother now. Okay. Now, first of all, you're not gonna disrespect me and curse me out. Okay. That's not even the way brothers should be talking to brothers. Second of all, if there's any laying on the hands, it's gonna be my hands laying on you. Okay.
You ain't finna lay. I know what you're trying to lay on my wife. See, if I find out you cheating and messing around, find out you messing around with my wife, it's gonna be some. I know what you're trying to do.
You're crazy.
I'm just letting you. I'm gonna say it one more time. Keep your black off around my house.
You know, first of all, I told you once again, you can't be talking to me like that. Now, I'm trying to be cool about the situation because I know you may be just upset. Okay, I can appreciate that. Okay, I have a wife, and I'd be upset if somebody was coming by visiting my wife.
Won't you spend more time at your house with your wife?
I do spend my time with my wife. I do.
You know,
I don't spend much time. I only came by 2 or 3 times.
Maybe I need to come by your house and holler at your wife.
Well, you welcome to.
But maybe I need to come lay something over there on her.
Oh, now you get now. Wait a minute.
Trying to do at my house.
Hold it 1 minute. I told you before, you're being disrespectful. Now, that was a very idiotic statement for you to make. Okay?
That's what's going to happen if I catch your black at my house again. I'm going to play this, man, and then I'm getting off the phone with you. You, your pastor, any more of them deacons, if anybody come by my house again and I ain't there, I'm kicking your black. That's a promise.
You know what? That's it. Look here, brother. If there's going to be any whooping going on, I'm going to be kicking your ass. I'm going to lay my hands on you, and I'm going to give you a good sanctified whooping, and then I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray to heal you by this foot. I'm going to put up, okay? Because I've had it with you, you know, and I only went by to visit your wife because I was asked to go visit your wife. Now, there was a problem. You should have called the pastor, okay? But you're not going to disrespect me, my wife, the church on the phone. Now, if you want to do something about it, you can meet me any place.
Well,
as a matter of fact, I can go anywhere I want in this town. If I be at your house talking to your wife, if the pastor asks me to go, I'm gonna be there. Okay? You're just a stupid brother. Okay? You need to come to church. You need to come to church more often. That's the problem. You don't come to church more often. If you come to church more often, you wouldn't be talking to me like that. You wouldn't be worried about me and your wife because there must be something wrong at your house. You'd be worried about me fooling with your wife, okay? So you need to check her. Okay, you need to check her. How about that? Why don't you do that? Why don't you just check her? Okay.
Tommy said you the one that's cheating with my wife. That's all I know.
Who? Tommy
said you. Tommy said you the one that's cheating around with my wife.
Tommy, who is Tommy? Tommy who?
This is nephew Tommy, man. This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, man. Your church member got me the prank phone call.
Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Y'all on the highway to hell. All of y'all. Non-stop. No, y'all just gone, Ain't no stop signs. I'm finna go. I'm finna pray for all of y'all, all of you brothers, nephew Tommy, Steve Harvey, brother wrong for that. Okay. I'm gonna check him. I'm finna check him. I'm finna go. I don't talk to y'all no more. I'm praying for all of y'all.
One more thing. Hey, brother, before you go, man, you gotta tell me, what's the baddest radio show in the land, man?
Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Sick and shut-in list, baby. That's that sick and shut-in list. You can be coming around here praying 3-4 times a week. What you're not going to be doing praying that much around here.
I'm with you on that.
It don't take one prayer a week is enough. You ain't got
nobody need all that healing.
You're supposed to pray and pray unceasingly. That's what it says in the Bible.
I ain't never said that word in my life. Unceasingly. Ain't nobody ever say that. Unceasingly.
It's in the Bible.
Well, where's her faith then?
Yeah. Well, she need that much
prayer. She need that much prayer. Where her?
Yeah.
August 2nd, Friday, WDAS Summer Soiree, hosted by yours truly. It is the Grand Ballroom at 3801 First District Plaza in Philadelphia. The Kappa Conclave will be in Philadelphia, and it will be a great party that you don't want to miss. It's for the grown and sexy, hosted by yours truly. Get your tickets. They're on sale right now. August the 3rd, Summer Breeze Comedy Show, Saginaw, Michigan, Huntington Event Park at Dow Event Center, 7 o'clock. The show jumps off Bethesda Blues and Jazz. 2 shows Friday. 2 shows Saturday. I'll be at Bethesda. Bethesda Blues. I'll be at Bethesda. Bethesda Blues. Jazz and Supper Club. I need that.
We ain't even together at all. I know we ain't nowhere near together. I'm playing and you just singing.
Well, we ain't rehearsed. Let's try it again.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll be at Bethesda.
Ooh. Okay, I think you should just let me sing it. Okay?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, well, sing it for me then.
He'll be at Bethesda. Blues and Supper Club. Come on down there and get a ticket. Tommy's the one you love. That's it. I'm done.
They did it. Who stands?
I'm too good.
I'm going to buy a ticket now.
Yes, I'm going.
And the weekend after that, Saturday, September the 7th, I am in Greenville, North Carolina at the Greenville Convention Center. Tickets are on sale right now. No blues, no jazz, just Tommy, okay? Thank you.
Shoes. The man was buying shoes.
All right, thank you, nephew, and thank you, Jay. Can't wait to see your set, Tommy. Up next, Strawberry Letter. Subject, he loves me, but he dates other women. We'll get into the Strawberry Letter coming up right after this. This summer, I want you to look better in that bathing suit. Look better, feel better, and even though the temperature's rising, I want to help you get that weight to drop. Weight loss, diabetes, high blood pressure. The D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse has helped thousands of our listeners with these issues and can help you too. We've all done the cleanse, and it just works. And right now, get a major discount at checkout with promo code RADIO. That's dherbs.com, promo code RADIO, or call 866-4DHERBS. That's 866-4DHERBS.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, on sex, on dating, on parenting, work, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Try to help some people. Come on, people.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, he loves me, but he dates other women. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 27-year-old single mother of 2 beautiful girls, and I'm in the U.S. Army. I've been casually dating a gentleman for 2 years now. We are not exclusive, but he's met my kids and my family, and our bond is incredible. I have never been in love like this, and I want more than he's willing to offer. He's the one that doesn't want to be in a monogamous relationship, but he makes a way to see me once a week, even though we live over 300 miles away from each other. The problem with him is that he still chooses to date other women, and it's getting to be more than I can handle, so now our relationship is turning toxic. I can't deal with the jealousy, and he can't deal with my nagging. He told me that he truly loves me and cares for me, but he feels like he needs to make sure he's ready to commit to me and only me before he stops dating other women. He said he could resent me if we move forward in our relationship too quickly. We are holding on, and it's unhealthy for me. I don't want to let him go because he may move on and fall for someone new. This is my future husband, but I am not sure how long I have to wait for him. Or should I wait at all? I know the dating scene is scary nowadays, so I'm not ready to get back out there. What should I do? Please advise. Okay, first of all, you should get this thought and notion out of your mind that this is your future husband, because it's not. Okay, your future husband would respect your wishes. He would be trying to make you happy, not miserable, not keep you in a toxic relationship with all this jealousy and nagging. And, the one thing that you can say is that he's being honest with you, but you don't hear him. He chooses to date other women because he wants to make sure that when he's ready to commit to you and only you, that he's ready, okay? And that he wants to stop dating other women. All right, that's the issue that you're not listening to. You say we're holding on and it's unhealthy for you. Well, if it's unhealthy for you, why are you still in this situation? This is not your future husband. Yeah, I mean, the dating scene can be scary. You're not ready to get back out there. Who says you got to get back out there? Take some time for yourself. You know, this may not be the guy for you. It doesn't sound like he's the guy for you. So what? He drives 300 miles to see you one day a week. If you're in a real relationship, you guys would make some other plans if you could to move closer together, to become monogamous. None of that is going on here. Only by you. You're in this relationship by yourself. He's not ready for that. You got to hear him when he's telling you that. It's not your future husband. None of that. You're getting jealous. You probably, going off the deep end. When you say this relationship is turning toxic, you got to let this situation go. You said you're not ready to let go because you don't want him to go to someone new. But, there's a saying that goes, if you love someone, let them go. Okay, you got to let them go and see if he'll come back. This is not the relationship for you, 27-year-old single mother of 2 beautiful girls. What kind of example are you setting for your daughters, okay? You don't want them to be in a toxic relationship, or definitely not a relationship like this. So take a look at yourself, step back. You don't have to get into the dating scene right away. But this situation right here, you definitely need to let it go. Junior?
Shirley. Woo. Ma'am, you are not in a relationship. But you are first. Hey, you are first. Now, my thing is, you should be right, stay right there. She should just stay right there, Shirley. I think she should. Because you already know him.
Whatever,
Why?
Man.
Why would you take time to start all over and get to know somebody else? The man put a lot of wear and tear on that car. 300 miles every week. Do you know the oil? It ain't just seeing you. It's the oil changes. It's the tire rotations. It's all that spark plugs. He come down there every week. You don't just appreciate this man to come see you every week over 300 miles. I won't drive 15 minutes if I don't like you. This man going back and forth every day to see you once a week at least, you say.
How much is 300 miles in time? Like 30 minutes?
If that's 1,200, no, that's 1,200 miles a month.
About 2 hours.
So about 3 hours, that's about 2 hours. He driving to come see you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 2 hours. But here's the thing, you don't see the other women. He's just dating them. If we're friends, we're not in an exclusive relationship, it's okay if we go to dinner with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But then I come back and I still come see you.
But she wants to be exclusive. She thinks this man is her future husband, Junior.
But she's first. Gotta remember that. You first, girl. Everybody else local. He drive to see you. You have to appreciate that. And you don't want to be out here dating. There's a lot of crazy people out here dating. Stay with the one you're familiar with.
Get to know yourself. You can do better.
I think she's good right where she's at.
I think she can do much better.
I'm not sure she would have did it.
All right, Jay.
I'm going to just go hard and go just, NP, please. This man is really trying.
I cannot.
I'm just,
there you go.
Right in the middle of the strawberry letter, though, Jay.
I'm going right in there. This is what niggers do. They constantly complain. See, once you get with a nigger like this, man, you can't. Your life is hell. Look, lady, look. Stop acting like. Anyway, just stop nagging the damn man. All right. You know what he do. He told you. I'm gonna see other women. They 300 miles away.
All right, listen, hang on. Hold that thought. We'll have part 2 of the strawberry letter coming up at 23 after the hour. Subject, he loves me, but he dates other women. Oh, God, how is that love? We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Let's recap today's strawberry letter and get to part 2 of Jay's response. And then, of course, we got to hear from the nephew. Subject, he loves me, but he dates other women. 27-year-old single mom of 2 beautiful girls wrote us. She's in the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service, by the way. I did not say that earlier, but thank you for your service. You've been casually dating. See right there? Casually dating. You're not in a relationship, all right? You've been casually dating this guy for 2 years now. You're not exclusive. He's met your kids and your family, and your bond is incredible. You've never been in love like this. A lot of times we get in love because we want what we can't have. And anyway, you want more than he's willing to offer. He doesn't want to be in a monogamous relationship. He told you that. He wants to see other women. He still chooses to date other women. The relationship has become toxic. You're jealous. He doesn't want you to nag him. He can't deal with your nagging. He's not ready to commit to you, although he says he truly loves you and cares for you, but he wants to see those other women. He said he could resent you if you move forward in the relationship too quickly. It's been 2 years. And you don't want to let him go because he may move on and fall for someone else. He drives 300 miles once a week to see you. You want to know, what should you do? Should you wait it out, or what should you do? I say move on. Jay, were you done with your response?
I wasn't done at all. You know, most of these letters, I listen to these letters all the time, and most of these letters are basically selfish women who don't understand them. Say, how many women you would think he had? Say he got 4. Just say he got 4 women on this.
No,
6. How many you think,
Jay.
Tommy?
Easy 6, Jay.
Okay, he's got 6.
Okay.
He's leaving 6 to be with 1. Look at the math. Look what he's doing. He's leaving 6 behind. 6. He's leaving 6, driving to 1. That's great math. Leaving 6 lovers in one place to see 1. You're special, and you don't know it. You're not seeing how special you are. You're a very special person. And he's leaving 6 to get in the car, gas up, to see 1?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? You just don't appreciate it.
Girl, if you don't leave this 0. All right, come on, nephew.
All right, here we go. I got to answer, being the host of Ready to Love.
Oh, yeah. Here we
This
go.
should be good.
Yeah.
I gotta answer this the right way. You understand? I wanted to go with the fellas, but this time Tommy got to play it the right way. Being the host of Ready to Love, I feel it's my responsibility to guide you in the right direction. So let's get one thing straight off the top. You talking about you don't want to get back out in the dating scene because it's crazy. Baby girl, listen, you ain't never left the dating scene. You've been on the same one date for the last 2 years. Take it from Tommy. He is not ready to love. Truth be told, he barely like you. Okay? Now, he likes what you giving him. What you doing, what you do for him, he likes that. What bothers me even more is you ain't got no friends. Ain't nobody told you.
What you mean?
In other words, you ain't got no girlfriends or nobody. Ain't nobody told you in the last 2 years that you wasting your damn time. Ain't nobody said nothing. And if you do have some friends, they must not be real friends, because a real sister would tell her other sister, girl, you need to let this fool go. Okay, Shirley, Carla, 300 miles away. He ain't married, y'all. And not only that, guess what? It's a perfect storm. You know why? She's in the military. She can't really go nowhere. She working her butt off. She fighting for the country. He gets to come in once every 2 weeks, hang out, go back where he come from, do what he do. Y'all don't see this? Come on, y'all. You don't see this?
All right, host of Ready to Love.
My grandmama used to say this here. Freeways ain't the only thing with signs. Y'all don't see the signs? Look at the sign. I've been casually dating a man for 2 years. Who do that for 2 years? Who casually date for 2 years? That ain't no sign. Here go another sign.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Can I say one thing?
Hold on. Here go another sign. He met my kids and my family, but we are not exclusive. Then why the hell he met them if we are not exclusive?
Yeah, she's got an example to set for her daughters, her beautiful
I just
girls.
want to say one thing. One thing.
What, Jay? What, Jay?
Ready for Love has changed you. It just has changed.
Come on, Team Tommy. Get them back together.
I'm Team Tommy, but you changed, man.
I got to keep it real, Jay.
I didn't know who that was talking.
I ain't never been in love like this, and I want more than he willing to give. Them signs.
You ain't got no friends. I said, who is this talking?
Come on, these are signs. Freeways ain't the only thing with signs.
I ain't mad at you for changing because you got your own damn show, but you changed, man.
It is what it is, baby. I'm trying to keep it real.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real today.
Appreciate that. Yeah. This young lady, this is going to go nowhere.
She say, this is my future husband.
No, it's not.
No.
All right, listen, we got to get out of here. Please email us or Instagram us your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM, and check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 after the hour, our girl from the talk, the one and only Sheryl Underwood in the building right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, Carla's reality update. But first, Jay, take it away.
It is time for my sunrise sister. Y'all put your hands together for Sheryl Underwood.
Thank you, James Brown, my frat brother of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Tommy, you know we got to do the blue and white family shout out. I don't know why you be looking at us like that when we do that.
My conclave is coming up.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Wait a minute, let me even stop talking. Hey, Junior.
Hey, Underwood, what's happening?
Stay out our business, all of y'all. Stay out our business. Stay out our business.
I guess we don't work on the show anymore, Carla.
Well, okay, Carla and Shirley's, but y'all can't do what Junior do, you know.
What do Junior do?
Well, you could do what Junior do, but, you know, y'all down with that, but I didn't think y'all was down like that. I thought y'all was married and saved. What y'all trying to do?
They are.
Listen, we did get together to watch the special counsel get beat up by the Republicans, and then, you know, it was, well, okay, I'm going to tell you what I thought it was. I've been a Republican for a lot of years. Say it again, Tommy.
You think they got beat
What'd
up?
You say?
You think they got beat
by
up?
the Republicans. Oh, they was trying to make it look like he was as corrupt as the president.
They were trying.
Sorry.
Yes, they were.
That's exactly what they was doing.
He was getting in that behind because when the Democrats was like, "Did you exonerate the president?" He was like, "No." It's like, is the president guilty? Yes. These were correct. He was on it. He didn't know what he talking about. Some of that stuff. He was meandering some of that stuff. But when he got down to the real nitty gritty, he was like, the Russians is still messing with us. You know, if I could have put him in jail, I would have put him in jail. You know, see, I wish they would have just let us see in a bubble, Carla, what the special counsel Mueller was really thinking. Because I think he was really like, I really don't want to do this, but you know, I've been subpoenaed.
No,
you know,
right.
and then when they was asking him questions, he was thinking like, I can't call it, man. You know he lying. You know he corrupt.
What y'all want me to say?
He was. Mueller was like, man, Democrat, come on, get the impeachment inquiry go. Take my report, then add to that, you know, then double down on it. Put this dude right up out of all. Mueller was like, man, let me go home. Because I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing. He the president. We don't be putting presidents in jail like that. And somebody should have said, y'all tried to put Bill Clinton in jail like that. But shout out to the sisters that was the Karen Bass and that other sister out of Florida. They was lighting them questions up. But is he going to jail? Is he not going to jail? What's happening?
The president?
Is he out here?
Nope.
I don't
He not going to jail?
Never. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much, Cheryl. We appreciate you and love you.
Thank you,
that.
baby. And stop cutting off my soap operas for this foolishness.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Carla's reality update right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Tommy, let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. She's here. This is the one and only Carla Farrell with what reality update?
All right, thank you, nephew. All right, let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, so Ashley Darby, cha.
What'd she do?
Well, I think she kind of put on a front. You killing me, Junior. No, what's she do?
No.
I love that. I think she was trying to put on a front for her co-stars that she was trying to, dealing with the accusations that a cameraman alleged that her husband, Michael, grabbed and groped cameraman his butt while filming an episode of the show. Remember that episode when we was talking about one of the castmates, Monique, and her rainbow baby party, baby shower? It was that particular episode that the cameraman alleged that Michael grabbed and groped his butt. So Ashley revealed that she went to therapy, and she kind of revealed to her therapist that she was struggling behind the scenes. She's trying to act like it's not as no big deal, but she can't really talk about it. But okay, now you've heard about your husband getting drunk saying what he said before, and then now this. This allegation. So her therapist told her that basically Ashley has childhood issues about her dad. Her dad abandoned her. And, Michael is way older than Ashley, and maybe she's dealing with daddy issues. And the therapist is like, look, that's not your daddy. That's your husband. So you need to tell him when you're hurt, when he does things, and, express yourself to your husband. So she's going through a lot dealing with that. Moving on, Giselle, she found out one of her daughters, Giselle has 3 daughters, and one of her daughters told her that the mom has favorite children and that she wasn't one of her favorite children, and that kind of threw Giselle for a loop a little bit. And she
that was the middle child, right?
Yeah, and it was just, her name is Angel, the little girl that said that. And Giselle of course, she said, I don't have a favorite child. But Angel felt like that, her mother shows more affection and pays more attention to her other 2 sisters than she, pays attention to her. And then Giselle said that she felt that Angel was the organized child, that she never has to worry about her, but now she realizes that she has to show her daughter attention and do more projects with her. So she said she will handle that immediately because, she loves, of course, all her daughters, and she's a good mom. So she's working on that.
My mother had a favorite, but go ahead.
Mine too.
It was
mine did.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And she only had 2 kids, and it wasn't me. It was Fish.
She had a great life. My sister had a fantastic life. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't become the favorite, but by default.
Yeah.
Christmas, she got toys, real toys.
Yeah,
for
I was her favorite daughter. Well, I was her only daughter. So, but not her favorite child.
It's all coming out, ain't it?
Yeah.
Was not the favorite. My sister got shoes. I never got shoes.
Favorite.
Well, I've learned so much about childhood on this show.
Carla, I got one shoe. So I'm gonna get you another shoe next year.
Clearly, you're not the favorite.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what my
And
mom
moving
told
on.
me? Oh, wait. I'm
What,
sorry.
Shirley?
When I asked her who was the favorite, she said, well, my parents had favorites.
Oh, my God. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Paying favorites.
Okay,
Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead, but I digress. We digress.
Talk about therapy.
Yeah.
We need that on this show. Moving on quickly. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the reunion show. We're going to find out. Carly Red took a lie detector test about did she have a threesome with Pooh and Hiram Hicks. So we're going to find out the results of all that.
Never take that lie detector. How would you do that?
She took it.
She took it, so we'll find out the results. I'll keep you updated. Hey, go to my social media at Lips by Carla. We'll talk about all of your reality shows and all the other stuff I got going on. I'm doing some upgrading and renovations, all that. At Lips by Carla, we'll be back at 20 after.
They got a
Carla was
threesome
her
lie
mother's
detector?
favorite because she was the only child.
Yeah.
Shirley.
That's true.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so in sports news, Junior, Steve Ballmer, chairman of the LA Clippers, is worth about $52 billion. With
Yes.
That's billion with a B.
Yes, he is.
Junior, he was so hyped.
Oh my
Take it
gosh!
away, please.
So, Shirley, everybody, when Steve Ballmer introduced Kawhi Leonard and Paul George as the newest members of the Clippers, he actually went crazy. But the funny part about it was Kawhi and Paul didn't care. When you got the owner of the team, it was more like instead of being an owner, he was a fan.
Yeah, like a super fan.
Like a real live #1 fan. Like he could see wins coming. Like, I know we gonna win this. I know we gonna win it. Say something. What? Take a listen.
But most of all, I'm pumped to say hello as Clippers to Paul and Kawhi. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
He's excited.
Come on, get up! If you're as psyched as I am, get up! That's why we're here today.
I ain't never heard an owner act like that.
Come on!
They ain't even practice yet. We didn't practice yet.
Get up! Get up! He made the people stand up and everything. Man.
Winning. Come on,
But you know
Clippers.
what? I ain't mad. You want to own it like that. Play it again.
But most of all, I'm pumped to say hello as Clippers to Paul and Kawhi. Come on! Come on!
All right, we got more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up right after this at 33 after the hour. Come on! Come on! Come on!
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, so in trending political news, former special counsel Robert Mueller testified for the House Judiciary Committee yesterday. But there wasn't a lot of surprises. Mueller largely stuck to what he and his team had written in their 448-page report to the Justice Department regarding Russian interference in the 2016 election, of course. Mueller repeated his statement this May that the report did not exonerate President Trump on obstruction of justice charges, and at one point acknowledged that Trump could be charged once he leaves office. Now, we did get that.
That was new.
We did get that out of it. Yeah, we did get that out of it.
That was a revelation.
It was. He also confirmed that
Trump cuss too, I'm sure.
Trump was tweeting, meanwhile, Democrats lose.
Yeah.
Democrats.
Losers.
Losers. He also confirmed that Trump directed aides to falsify report.
I just
That was new, too.
Yeah,
that
was
was
new.
We didn't know
Yeah.
that. We didn't know that. So we learned a lot.
Yeah.
Watching that.
But it was
part
uneventful, though,
yesterday.
for the most
Well,
part.
you know what? Here's my thing.
It was
I don't know
long.
if anything's going to happen out of this whole thing, but if it made Trump mad, it made my day. That's
It was
all
worth
I gotta
it.
say.
It was worth it to you.
And the Republicans.
He was irritated. The president.
As long as it
sure
irritated
was
him,
irritated.
it made my damn day, man.
Yeah, I like what a lot of the analysts said, too, that Mueller, no matter how much you try to drag him into it, he's not going to get political with you. He's not going to use the word impeachment, or anything like that. He's not going to take sides. He's neutral. He is
one word answers for 7 hours.
Yes.
He knows
And
what
Shirley,
he's doing, doesn't he?
I don't know what he had in his hair, but it did not move for the whole 8
I
hours.
know. Yeah, so, but at least he did it. He did his job. And we go now from the Mueller hearings to the Steve Harvey Morning Show hearings.
What is that?
It's funny you should ask, and I'm very glad you asked.
Looks like we're in here.
Yeah. This is the hearing for the nephew Tommy prank phone calls.
Oh,
right.
Oh, you in the hot
Wait,
seat.
y'all ain't said nothing about this now.
Oh, okay. Steve, quiet. I don't want to have to hold you in contempt. You may have been watching the judicial hearing for Robert Mueller. We've been talking about that. And I think we should have our own hearing, okay? What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
It's about time, right?
No,
Don't
ain't
you?
nobody said nothing about no hearing.
Don't worry about it.
Get serious.
I think we should have our own hearing, guys, right here on the Steve Harvey Morning Show for these doggone nephew Tommy prank phone calls.
Yes.
All right? The court recognizes J. Anthony Brown from Los Angeles, California.
Thank you, Ms. Spokesperson Shirley Strawberry. As the president of the Team Tommy, the Nephew Tommy Club, I think the pranks are necessary. People need to be pranked. And if you can't take a damn prank, then it's on you. Pranking
Mr.
is
Brown,
good.
your
Yes.
time is up. All right, coming up, our last break of the day and Jay's segment, What Have You Learned Today? We'll find out what we learned today, coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, last break of the day.
Come on.
It's been a good day.
Good day.
And time for us to take you guys home and Jay to take us home with What Have We Learned Today?
Well, thank you guys for listening to the show today. We had a full show. We had a 25-pound show. We put it in a 5-pound bag. We stuffed it up. We gave you a lot of show today. And what we like to do, what we've been doing, we've been going around the room asking each and every one of the people on the Steve Harvey Show, what'd you learn today? Shirley, Strawberry, what'd you learn today?
You know what? I just learned that if you stay true to who you are, stay faithful, keep doing what you're supposed to do, there could be a light at the end of that tunnel. I am talking about Meek Mill.
Yes.
His 2008 gun conviction was thrown out. He will get a new trial. He hung in there. He did what he was supposed to do as far as his probation and all of that. He's been going through this process for a long, long time, 10 years. So, now they're getting a new judge, a new trial, all of that. So I'm just happy for that. Stay positive. Just stay positive. It can happen. That's
all
it.
right,
That's what I learned
good.
today.
So you learned. You did learn something. That's what it's all
I
about.
learned
Carla Farrell, what did you learn today?
What I learned today was that Mueller didn't exonerate President Trump of
Was that nice?
obstruction.
That was
Wait. And then I also learned that the president could possibly be charged after he gets out of office. That's
We'll
what
see.
Wouldn't that
We'll
be
see.
great? That would be so great. We'll see.
But see, I didn't know that was
see
a
what's gonna happen.
possibility. I'm just saying what I learned.
She learned two things. So she was paying attention today because she learned two things.
Thank you,
Good,
teacher.
good. Very
Yes.
good,
Yes.
very good. Junior, what did you
Gold
learn
star.
today?
Oh my gosh! At the top of this hour, man, last hour, I learned that none of us was our favorite of our parents, and that's kind of hurtful.
you had to
Oh
bring
my
that up.
gosh! I thought it was just me on the show. I became the favorite by default.
Yes.
Because the
Now,
other
you're
one
talk-
started messing up, so then I had to be the favorite. But
Now, you're referring to reality
update.
Yeah, reality
Yeah.
update. Okay.
Yeah.
When I talked about Giselle and her daughters.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that hit us hard,
Jay
Carla.
said, your mama said, you won't get no shoes. Like, you get one shoe. And I can't believe Shirley and my mom.
They brought up all kind of things for me, man.
Yeah. Oh, man, the
My
hurt.
sister got glasses. She got glasses. I never got glasses.
Jay,
Never got them.
Jay, the same lady that called in, I didn't get it. She said you better pick that magnifying glass up, use that. Remember the one that used to read across the paper?
Wait a minute. So, Junior, I'm on the phone talking to my mom. She gets a click in. It's Fish. She comes back to me. She says,
brother,
hold on.
Fish,
My
your brother,
Fish, my
right?
brother, yeah. She comes back to me. I got to go. It's Fish. Huh? Wait.
Right there. Right there. You
Yeah.
are not the favorite.
You're not favorite.
You are
No, I
not
know.
the favorite.
And that hurtful. That is very
Yeah.
hurtful.
So finally, I just started saying, okay, I guess I'll go now. The favorite's on.
Yeah.
The favorite's calling.
Oh my goodness.
Never came to my graduation. Nothing. Didn't
What?
show
You
up,
just
wasn't there.
lying, Jay.
Miss your graduation, Jay?
Yeah, yeah. And then I stayed back in the 6th grade. She came the first time, but she didn't come the second time.
I think we all need therapy.
learned
I
that.
think
Yeah, we
we
do.
Learn that.
I
All
think
right,
we
tell
do.
me what you learned today, man.
You know, it was a lot of things that have gone on in this 4 hours, a lot of things said, a lot of things that I should have digested, a lot of things that I should have learned, but not until we got to Carla's reality update. The only thing that really stayed in my mind, and it's in my mind right now, they have some type of device out there. I don't know what this is, but it is a lie detector test that will ask you, have you been in a threesome? And that is bothering me right now.
Tommy, you got it wrong.
What do you mean it's bothering you? What? What do you
It is bothering me that there is some way that you can detect if a threesome has happened.
No.
Tommy, it's not. Did I get it wrong?
You got it wrong, Tommy.
Please tell
Basically,
me it don't exist. Tell me
it doesn't exist. This is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the reunion. She just took a lie detector test, and that was one of the questions.
Stop.
What is all that huffing?
So wait a minute, just so I'm clear.
Yes.
There's not a device that can detect if you've been in a threesome.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Thank you, Carla, so much.
So have you been in a threesome? Is that why you're so concerned?
Oh, thank you so much.
Tommy?
You need to gather yourself.
I was so worried. I was so in my feelings about
Yeah.
that. It was just, I didn't know what I was going to
So, so this is just a question because you were in your feelings, not because you've been in a threesome before.
No.
Oh,
Shirley.
okay.
Never that.
Oh, okay.
I got some friends that I didn't want to be in trouble.
Right.
You was asking for some friends.
Right.
I'm always looking out for other people.
Aw.
I know that's right.
I bet you were your
Put it out
mom's
there.
favorite one.
Oh,
He is
Carla, you
caring
brought
now.
me clarity today.
He
Yes,
is a
yes.
caring dude. He does.
Oh,
care.
but I was going to break this device. I ain't going to lie to you.
Well, we found out what Tommy learned. Here's what I learned today on the Steve
What you
Harvey
learned,
Show.
Jay?
When you find out that there is a white man that would express his love that much for two black basketball players, this is history in the making. Come on! Come on! When a white man goes all out like that and shows his love for two black basketball players, we can unite. We are
So
making
what are you
changes.
talking about, Jay? What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the basketball owner for the Clippers, and he showed his love. For who, Junior? Who did he show his love
Kawhi
for?
Leonard and Paul George. Yeah.
That's love right there,
That
man.
is. That was a
See?
lot of love. It was over the
See?
top.
We're making changes. We're making changes. Yeah. Trump ain't hurting everybody. There's changes, man. Come on, that's love right there, man.
That's love. That's love.
That's what I learned today on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right,
y'all. That's
all right.
what I learned. Yeah.
And we'll be back tomorrow with more things that we learned. Thank you so much for joining us every day. We love you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.